I've seen a lot of gay shit in professional wrestling over the last 25 years, but tonight might just top it. Daniel Garcia pure humped the leg of Wheeler Yuta to win the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. What a fucking mess. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, here to review Dynamite from the 7th of September 2022. Now, Fog Wrestling would like to say rest in peace to the Queen. But on the good news, at least Queen Elizabeth didn't have to sit and watch this shit, because this was a really, really bad show. I mean, it started off okay, and then it just went downhill, down, and by the time we got to the end, we pure seen two bums wrestling in the ring for a title that has rules that make absolutely no fucking sense, and then he pure humps the guy's leg, not even joking. He's got him in a submission, and he goes to apply more pressure, then he starts humping his fucking leg, and Wheeler Yuta's getting raped by the leg, and he ends up tapping out, man. What a joke this was. Fucking horrendous show. I've never seen a move look more gayer in my life. I mean, Goldust could have literally sucked someone's dick and it wouldn't have looked as gay as this. Like, what the fuck is happening? Anyway, kick off, MJF promo, comes out, he's wearing a Buffalo's Bills shirt, he's pretending to be a fan, he's kissing the AEW fan's ass. Moxley comes out, Moxley says MJF is full of shit, and of course he is. Moxley then drops the act, he buries AEW, he buries the fans, he says he wants to go and work with his best friend Cody Rhodes, he wants to go and work with his idol Triple H, and he wants to go and work for the only can who matters, and that is Saint Nick. And then he says, to quote, the best of all time, that is best for business. So Moxley then tells MJF to leave or it's going to get real bad for him. Just boring shit here for John Moxley. John Moxley pretending to be a hard man, and in reality just looks like a fucking midlife, guy on drugs, on crack, on heroin. Just looks like a junkie bastard, really. Then MJF leaves after not engaging in a fight with Moxley. He looks like he's going to, he gets the shirt off, but then he just, walks away. So classic MJF here. And like I said, I actually don't mind MJF. I kind of like MJF, but this was the last we got to see at MJF, which explains why the show went downhill from this point. Then Moxley goes on to say he's embarrassed to be here without the title. Says it represents everything the past generation does not. So again, Moxley just burying the past, burying the WWE, and it's fucking pathetic, man. You're no longer with the WWE. Why don't you move on, right? And let's be real, if you were never with the WWE, you wouldn't be with AEW, because Tony Khan only signs fucking ex-WWE guys, former WWE guys. So maybe you need to stop burying the WWE and actually just be grateful for your time there. The fact that they gave you a fan base, they gave you a following, they gave you a good salary. But no, let's just continue to bash the WWE, continue to bash Vince and everyone else that was there. It's getting old. It's getting fucking lame. I mean, let's just move on, right? You're not with the WWE anymore. All these people, they come across as like psychos, they do have fucking issues, mental health issues or whatever. They just cannot move on and leave WWE in the past. I mean, why? It just makes no sense. Moxley says he wants the ball to be passed to him so he can win the game. Essentially, he was just saying that big-time players want to win the match or whatever, so he wants the ball passed to him. Who cares? By the way, I totally forgot, the show opened up with Tony Khan saying that he's announcing that the trio titles and the world title are now being vacated, so we're going to have tournaments tonight. We're having a match to decide the trios, and then we're having a tournament to decide the new AEW World Champion. Again, absolute mess. When you think of the whole Punk situation where he wins the belt, then gets injured, then they bring in an interim champion, Mox, just for Mox to beat Punk in a squash match, for Mox to become the real champ, then just to lose the belt back to Punk like a week and a half later. It's like, none of it made sense. It's the company's in a shambles. Anyway, speaking of shambles, up next it's Death Triangle versus Best Friends and Cassidy. I mean, none of these two teams were in the final, so why are they just getting an opportunity like this? Makes no sense. Death Triangle's entrance is so fucking corny. They just stand there and then lights shine on them. Then we get Best Friends come out. Are you sure these are best friends? More like bum buddies, man. Look at them in their LGBT rainbow coloured fucking tights and jackets. I don't think these two are best friends, man. These two remind me more like Billy and Chuck. Only they definitely take it in the bucket. So we get a match, a really shit match. We have a incident, a spot where they all like drag each other up the ramp, and then like down at like the not the ramp, but like in between the gap between the ramp and the crowd. So they go up that wee entrance just so one of them can do a move off the top of the ramp, and it looks so phony, so set up there. And then back in the ring for the finish, you have Best Friends and Cassidy in control. Death Triangle are like all down on one knees at the same time. They then like simultaneously run at them. It's like what do you call that triangle? What do you call that line of cemetery or something? What's that thing where it's like reverse? Anyway, regardless, right? The three of them run at Death Triangle, and then Death Triangle hit triple super kicks followed by triple Canadian destroyers. This ain't wrestling, man. I don't think I've ever seen anything look so phony, look so choreographed. I mean, you talk about fake, this was fucking it. Yeah, in the past, we might have seen the Brothers of Destruction, maybe acknowledge each other, and then hit like a double choke slam at the same time or something like that. But Death Triangle, all three members were down on their knees at the same time. Best Friends and Orange Cassidy had the momentum. All three of those guys run at each individual member of Death Triangle. Then Death Triangle, all at the same time, just managed to, all three of them hit a super kick out of nowhere, then hit Canadian Destroyers, and you're telling me this ain't fake? You're telling me this doesn't look phony as fuck? Man, no way. This looked horrendous. This was embarrassing. Then we get Pac, the bastard Pac, hits a move off the top rope. Who gives a shit? We've got new trio champions. It's an absolute mess, They stripped the Young Bucks and Omega, then these two are like the also-rans, like you weren't good enough for the belts last night or at the pay-per-view, but you can have them now, it makes them look like shit. Speaking of shit, we had Storm first Penelope Ford. Awful ending. It looks like Penelope Ford was going for like a Northern Light suplex, or Tony Storm's trying to do a jumping DDT, but whatever. Penelope Ford doesn't have the strength to lift up Storm and just kind of falls into a DDT anyway. It looked pretty shit to me. Then we got a Dark Order promo. Andrade wants to speak to a member of the Dark Order. Why the fuck would Andrade want any bum from this group to join him? That absolutely makes zero sense straight away. And then John Silver says to Andrade, the only thing you'll be speaking to is these fists. And then he starts motioning his fists. And I mean, this little fucking midget John Silver, is anyone supposed to be intimidated at the prospect of speaking to his fists? I mean, no. Fuck me. His face can speak to your dick. He's that small. He's about eye level with your dick. So if he's going to be speaking to anybody, man, he'll be getting a penis in the face or something. But this was garbage. The Dark Order are like one of the worst things going in wrestling. Then we get the Acclaimed come out. The Acclaim's Max Caster's rap's probably like one of the only things I enjoy about AEW. We don't get it because Swerve Strickland comes out. He came out on his own. No Keith Lee, that fat bastard was probably too busy wolfing doing a couple of Big Macs at the local McDonald's, so Swerve comes out on his own, and we basically get announced that we're getting Swerve, Strickland, and Keith Lee, Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaim 2 at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Then we get a JSA promo. Jericho says that, some guy tried to find the Mountain of Youth, or Mountain of Youth, I don't know, 400 years ago. Jericho says he's found it. Then Jericho goes through a bunch of his catchphrases. I drink the in, man. Never ever, and all this stuff. I mean, I don't know what Jericho's doing lately, but he's just like going through all his old gimmicks, all his old like catchphrases, and it just doesn't. I don't get it, man. He's just recycling shit at this point. I don't like it. Wardlow buries Tony Nese in about a minute and a half. What was the point? You tell me. We then get Page versus Bryan. Regal comes out to do commentary. Regal says he wants to pluck the petals from the flower that is Excalibur and rub them all over his body. What is it with gay shit on this show, man? Seriously, is Tony Khan actually writing every single line for these people? Tough man William Regal wants to pluck the petals from the beautiful flower that is Excalibur and rub them all over his body. Fucking hell. I mean, I think I would like to, I don't know, rub acid all over my eyes after watching this, but unfortunately, don't know where you'd find any. We had Page, he misses the buckshot Larry at clothesline, he gets rolled up, 1, 2, 3, Daniel Bryan wins, Daniel Bryan then looks at the title, and I guess we're getting, Daniel Bryan's moving on. Then we get Stokely cutting a promo, some cameraman or, I don't know, some guy says, oh, you need to wrap it up, time's up, and then Stokely says, you don't tell me when time's up, and it takes 4 bums to beat up a cameraman. So, yep, the AEW roster looking great. It takes 4 nobodies to beat up 1 cameraman. Like, what is this? Then we get some black dude coming out rapping. Fucking awful rap, but then it all makes sense because he's coming out to rap Daniel Garcia's theme song, and Daniel Garcia fucking sucks. Then we get Daniel Garcia versus Wheeler Yuta for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship, and this was pure gay. I mean, literally, you're allowed like 3 rope breaks, you're allowed like 1 punch to the face, there's judges out there, and like, what the hell, these rules were retarded. And then in the end, we have like Garcia, he's got Wheeler Yuta in some sort of like single leg hold, or I don't know what it is. He's got him in like I don't know, it's like he's got him in like some sort of leg hold. Then Yuta tries to counter it into like a reverse chin hold, and then Garcia kind of breaks away from that and then holds on to the leg, and he literally humps his leg. He literally humps his leg against his groin for about 10 seconds straight, and then Wheeler Yuta taps out, man. And then at the end, they shake each other's hands. I mean, Danny Garcia probably wanted to shake something else, to be fair, guessing, judging on, how he humped his leg in this match, but it is what it is. Then Danny Bryan comes out, puts the belt on Danny Garcia, but it doesn't fit because Danny Garcia's a skinny wee fuck, so the belt's like hanging off him because he looks like a midget and he's a bit skinny and he weighs about £2, but I mean, it is what it is. Bryan raises his hand up in the air, and then we get Chris Jericho coming out, and Chris Jericho's like shocked and annoyed. He's like, why you? He's a wrestler. You're a sports entertainer. No one on this show is a sports entertainer, right? They all suck. That's the God's honest truth, guys. They all suck. The show sucked. You know what? MJF returns. I'll give it a 1. I mean, I like MJF. The Jericho promo was not bad, but I mean, I really didn't need to watch some guy get his leg humped in the main event. That was just too far for me. So yeah, I didn't like that. It's getting a 1 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Till then, peace.